Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tradingofftilt. I'm Ryan. In this video, we're going to be going over the 8-wave count for Link, and we're going to get into the macro counts first of all. And the first macro count that I want to show you guys, and really the only macro count that I want to go over for today, would be this one right here. We're calling this all a primary 1 down up here, primary 2 down here for WXY, and then we go up for this wave 3 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This wave 3. Or rather, this wave 2 could actually end right here. It would more likely end right here, and this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3. Down for the wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave 5 to complete this primary wave 3. And we're currently in this primary wave 4, which I'm going to get into later. But really, the only other way I would count this is by calling this all an extended third wave. And instead of saying the third wave ended right here, this is just the first intermediate wave where we would put this wave 1 here and this wave 2 here, and we would be impulsing up for an extended third. But until we do get evidence that we are in an extended third, then I'm not going to be calling it that as of now. So I'm still going to be saying this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete this primary third wave. And I think that's really the best way we could count it for now. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. And let's go into some macro tools we could be looking at. First of all, we have this pitchfork taken from the top of this wave 3 down to the bottom, where this is probably a wave A of some sort, or a wave W. And then we pull it to the top of this wave B. And this could give us targets for wave C in the case that this is an A, B, C. Now we could change it around. We could go to a modified shift pitchfork, which would essentially just be a channel from this high to this high right here, pull to the bottom. Or we could go to a shift pitchfork. That could give us two different targets to be looking for to the downside for this wave 4 or for this wave C of this wave 4. Now, something else we could be looking at for a target of this wave 5. So if we bottom out for this wave 4 and we start making our way up for this wave 5, a target we could be looking at would be this ray pulled between the top of wave 1 and the top of wave 3. And we may come up for this wave 5 and touch the top trend line and maybe get a fake out or come right below it before getting a rejection. So that could give us a target to the upside. And then a fib channel we could be looking at would be this one right here. Not really a fib channel, just a channel between the wave 1, 2, 3 of this wave 3, and it gave us pretty nice reactions along the midline. For example, here you don't get a perfect reaction, but you get a pretty close reaction around the midline. Reaction here, then you get above it, you get a reaction right here, you bounce on top trend line, and then you guys can just see, just by observing, you get more reactions right here, and we finally made our way below it, and we came to the bottom of it. So I would imagine that if we get below it, we might drop a significant amount, maybe to the bottom of this pitchfork, and then make our way back up. We have to wait and see, but those could be some tools that could be giving us some price targets to the upside and to the downside in the meantime. Now let's go on to some of the more local price action. So I'm going to hide this for now, and let's show you guys the main subdivisions that I'm going to be using for this count right here. And that would be calling this all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This wave 1. You guys can just see if you guys want to pause the video, you could do that and just take a look. But basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave 3. Also, like I mentioned, you can put this wave 2 right here instead of calling this all wave 1. And the wave 2 could end right here. It really depends on your preference, but they're both valid. Hey guys, I just wanted to pause the video real quick to mention that we do have a Discord server now. The link is in the description. And it would be great to see you guys on over here to see your guys' Elliott wave counts, your analysis, your price targets to the upside and the downside. And I'm also sharing my analysis over here. So if you guys want to see all that, if you want to participate, that would be great to see you guys on over here to get some more active discussions. And also, I am doing one-on-one coaching now. So if you want to have a session with me, then you can contact me through my email down below in the description, tradingofftilt@gmail.com. And yeah, let's get back in the video. The main takeaway is that this wave 1 ended here or here, and we could get a 5-wave impulse out of this move for wave 3, even if we did put this wave 2 right here. But I'm going to go ahead and put the wave 2 right here, since this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the minor wave 1. Then for the minor wave 2, does not take out the lows, so it's valid. Then we get a 3, 4, 5 to complete this intermediate wave 3 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this minor wave 5. And then if we even go on to some of the more local subdivisions in this section right here, one count we could be looking at for this would be a zigzag, like I showed you guys in my last video. And that would look a little bit like this right here. So let's go on the 4-hour chart. And I changed up the way we count this wave A. I was initially saying this last section was an ending diagonal, but I don't like that anymore. I think it's more I think it's better to say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 up to this high right here. Now this wave 4 would be a little bit sharp and a little bit impulsive looking for wave 4. So that's one downside. But then counting down for the wave 5, we get 1, 2 here. Then we count down for this third wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up for the fourth wave, no overlap with the first wave, so it's valid. Then we get the fifth wave down here for this wave A of the zigzag. And then up for this B wave, we get an A, B, C for the wave W. We can't really get a nice 5 waves into this move right here. So if I hide the count just for a second, upon first glance, you might see this is all a zigzag for an A, B, C. But you can't really get a nice 5 waves into this A wave. So I resorted to saying this is all a zigzag in itself for wave W. And this would be all W, X, Y, which would look like this. So that would complete the B wave for WXY. And then moving down, the only logical way to put the wave 1 of this wave C, so in other words, this minor wave 1 would be right here. The lows that we put in the 4th or 3rd of December. And then we count for the wave 2 right here for an A, B, C. And then we're currently in this wave 3, and you can't really get nice symmetry. So if we were to say this is a 1, 2, 3, and this might be, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's not really nice symmetry between this 2 and this 4. So I think it's more likely in the case that this is a zigzag, this would probably be this would be all of the third wave. This would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'd be impulsing that for the third wave as so. Now I'll show you guys the count once more. That would probably be what we would be looking at for this third wave because you don't really get a nice 1, 2 in here with good symmetry. So we would be looking for us to come pretty far for this wave 3. Then obviously we'd come up for the wave 4, back down for the wave 5 to complete the wave C of the zigzag. So that's the first count that we could be looking at. Now the second count we could be looking at for this section right here for this wave 4 would be a WXY, which would look a little bit like this, where this is on ABC zigzag for the wave W, WXY for the wave X, ABC for the wave Y, where this would be a zigzag. And technically per 8 wave rules, you can't get 2 zigzags for the wave W and the wave Y unless it's a double zigzag. And this does not look too much like a double zigzag. For double zigzag, you would expect something a little bit more like this: A, B, C, wave X, A, B, C. But this wave X comes up quite far, so it's possible this is a double zigzag, but I would not say it's that likely. I would lean a little bit more towards the zigzag count. But another way you could count this as a WXY would be saying that this is all a W wave down here for a WXY in itself. This would be a triangle for the wave X, probably zigzag, some sort of zigzag combination for the wave W, zigzag for the wave Y. This would be a WXY for the wave X, like the other count. This would also be a zigzag for the wave Y. So that's another way we could count it. I'm not too keen on saying this count is correct. I don't like the look of it too much, but it is a possibility. Now, if we are getting a WXY and this is a zigzag for the last Y wave, then of course we would be looking for the 1-to-1 of this wave. So we'd be looking for A to equal C, which would basically be if we pull a Fibonacci extension tool from the top of wave A to the bottom of wave A, and we compare it from the top of wave B. On log scale, that would give us about 12. Let's get a little bit more precise. That would give us about 12.65. And then on arithmetic, that would give us about $7.25 US. That would make sense in the case that this is all a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, that would be pretty far down here. That would be down to the bottom of this wave 4, which would actually be a nice target to be looking out for if this is all a 1, or rather if this completed a larger impulse wave right here. Then you're going to be looking for it to retrace to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, which would be down here. This would be the bottom wave 4 like I mentioned. So that would not be a bad target to be looking out for. So moving on, we have also the triangle count to show you guys, and that would look a little bit like this, where this is all wave A down here, this is all B up here, this is C down here, and then we're going to be coming up for the D wave, as so, ABC, and then ABC down for the E wave. And I like the look of this count a lot, to be honest, because we get zigzags for really all of these moves. Well, I guess for this move, we don't get a nice 5 waves for the wave A, but giving it a little bit of leniency, we do get 3-wave structures for the most part for this wave A, for this wave B, and for this wave C. So I like this a lot, but the only downside is the volume profile. because we don't get nice decreasing volume. In a triangle, you want to see decreasing volume from the start of wave A. You want to see B with less volume, C with less volume, D with less volume, etc. But instead, we get an uptick in volume in wave C. So that's not really adding a ton of confidence to this count for me. But if we do happen to get a nice zigzag after this D wave, then we get a rejection past this high right here, that's when I'm going to be starting to look for this count to be playing out a little bit more. But until then, I'm probably going to be going off of some of the more bearish counts to the downside, such as the zigzag and the WXY for the time being. So that's really the last count we could go over in this section right here. Now let's go ahead and zoom into the more local price action to see if we could be getting a nice bounce up for a wave 1 or a wave A. So on the lower time frame, we really can't get a nice 5-way move off these lows. So we cannot call this an impulse wave right here up to this high, and we cannot call this an impulse wave up to this high either. So I've resorted to saying that this is probably either a diagonal or a correction, and it looks pretty nice to call it a diagonal, a leading expanding diagonal, which would look a little bit like this, where this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks pretty nice for the most part, at least compared to other altcoins. So we could have put in a wave 1 up here, but like I was mentioning earlier, we have to be a little bit cautious buying down here and expecting it to come all the way up here for wave 3 in the case that it does something like that, because this could simply be a 1, 2 of this wave C in the case that this is all a zigzag, where this is an A, B, and we're in the wave C, and this is a 1, 2, and we're going to be impulsing down for the 3, 4, 5. But overall, like I was mentioning, it does make a nice ABC for the wave 1, ABC for the wave 2, which could end right here. This could be, we could probably call this an ABC for the wave 3, ABC wave 4, ABC wave 5. Not perfect, but it does make a lot of sense. So we have to wait and see if this ends up being the correct count. I would lean towards it being, I'm kind of 50-50 right now. I'm kind of just waiting to see what happens. But if we look at the move off these highs, we can make a nice 5-wave impulse if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could also just be a wave 2 of 1 lesser degree. And we could be impulsing down from here once we put in the wave 2. So this could just be, in other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what we have to be a little bit cautious of. Now zooming in even a little bit more, does this move make a nice 5-wave impulse? Well, let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. And okay, so we take out the lows right here. Well, let's see. Yep, so I think we take out the lows right here. Let's make sure with a ray tool. Okay, so we actually came to the exact same level. So this could actually be a 1, 2, maybe this is a 3, 4 with a tiny bit of overlap. And this is wave 5, this is all wave 2. And this section right here could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be a wave 1 perhaps, or this could be a small wave 1 down here. This could be a 3, 4. This could be a 5 up here. So it does make a nice impulsive wave structure. So we could expect it to either be a wave 1 down for a B, or rather 1 down for a 2, 3, 4, 5, or it could be an A down for a B, up for a C for a zigzag. So that's what we have to look out for on the lower time frame. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit more before I sign off of this video. I'm going to show you guys some targets we could be looking at to the downside, and they're pretty similar to what I showed you guys in my previous video on Link. It would be anywhere between the 1-to-1 of this zigzag right here on log scale. So like I was showing you guys earlier, the 1-to-1, I actually could just show you guys by showing you guys this folder. So this would be the 1-to-1. Let's go to log. This would be the 1-to-1 of this zigzag right here, and assuming this is an ABC, or the 1-to-1 of this larger zigzag, assuming this is all an ABC down for the C wave, and that would give us this box anywhere between $12.5 US and $9.67 US approximately. That's all I wanted to show you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next video and in the Discord server. Take care. Bye.